What's up, challengers? Welcome to the gym. My name is Gym Leader Gio, and this is week 11 of the 5th season of the GBA as the San Francisco GiEnteis go up against the St. Louis Rampardos and their coach Dan, aka aDrive. If you guys don't know aDrive, definitely check out his channel. Link to that channel will be in the description down below this video. If you are interested in the team that I brought for this week, go check out the locker room, the video that went up immediately previous to this one on my channel. He will probably also have a team builder video. Go check that out on his channel. If you want to see our thought processes leading into this match. I'm predicting it's going to be a good one. I'm really excited for this match, but I'm also really nervous. I'm kind of nerve-sided. You guys know how it is. So, oh man. This is a big battle for us. The winner has a very good shot of going to the playoffs. So I'm gonna click battle start. I'm gonna bring my battle box and we're gonna get into this. I'm predicting Victini, Aggron, Sylveon, Blastoise, Salamence, and Heracross. Let's see. The exact team. Okay, so I feel like we're in a pretty good spot here. No Uxie, no Smeargle, no Quag, no Jolteon, no Golurk. Okay. Okay, so it's good that he brought the exact team I thought he was bringing. I feel well equipped for it, but I need to know a lot of these sets. Now, looking at his team, he could lead Victini to go straight away for a U-turn and try and build some momentum. He could lead Aggron, try and get his Mega off and try and do something that way. A couple of things I could do. I could lead with the Entei, try and get a burn on that Aggron and some really high damage off outright. I could force in his Blastoise, which could allow me the option to switch into Blissey and initiate Plan Alpha. I think I'm going to do that. Or you know what? I could lead Remix and kind of get a Scout option off really early. I might do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that because no, you know what? I'm going to lead Entei. Because what I was about to say is there's a decent chance he thinks, man, I can really push the button with Heracross this week, and if he does choose to do that, Entei is a good lead against him. Very nerve-sided about this one, guys. Got to try and keep my head on a swivel. We know that he has only one flying-type resist, and that is Mega Aggron. He's going to lead with Megatron. Okay, so he might want to get Stealth Rocks up. He might want to go straight away for a Head Smash. Obviously, an offensive Head Smash will pretty much take me out. I don't have a super dedicated physical wall to this guy, but Latias could do a pretty good job. But I'm just gonna stay in here. I'm gonna click Sacred Fire. It'll do about half to him if he's adamant max HP, max attack. It has the potential to burn him. I think it's more likely he switches into maybe Blastoise or Salamence here, but it should do a decent amount of damage. Decisions kind of playing a little bit of a mid-game sweeper role for me here, but leading with him does generate a little bit of momentum for him. He is going to withdraw. That's good, so that's going to keep rocks off the field. I'm thinking Blastoise comes in here. Blastoise can take this pretty well, I'm sure. But let's see, probably about 33%. A little less than that burn, and a burn, so that's good. That'll help me. We see leftovers, obviously. He could go for a Toxic here pretty safely. He could also double out. He could go for a Scald. Let's see. I think a Scald does about 50% to me, but it can't burn. So it's not a huge issue if he opts to go for that. We see his leftovers, so we know he's not super offensive here. Entei versus Blastoise. Last time he played Blastoise, I should be able to see from that damage, that's after burn damage, that he's almost certainly max HP, max defense. A Scald can hit for 51 to 64 on me, but 2 more Sacred Fires will kill it. It will kill it. We've seen leftovers. Oh, actually, maybe it won't kill it. Guaranteed 4-hit KO after leftovers recovery and burn damage. So it would be safe for him to click Scald. But I think he clicks Toxic. I don't really want to deal with getting Toxic on anything, but he might double, and I'd rather not. I'm going to stay in, and I'm going to click Sacred Fire one more time. He's gonna double. Tell me it's Heracross. Tell me it's Heracross right now. V-Drive, it's Victini. It's Victini, who will also take the Sacred Fire pretty well. Yeah, pretty well. Pretty well. Now, my switch into Victini is the red one. If it's banded U-turn, that will do a lot of damage to me. That said, actually, this is not a horrible matchup for me. Let's assume it's banded. V-Create will do about 70%. Bolt Strike will also do about 70%. Zen Headbutt about 60%, and a U-turn next to nothing. Stone Edge will kill it. Sacred Fire will not. If he's banded, we might see a speed tie, and I might go first. If he goes first and clicks V-Create, I'll probably live it, and will be able to get off an even stronger Sacred Fire this turn. So I'm going to stay in again, and I'm going to click Sacred Fire again. I think it does stay in, and I outspeed. So what is he? Is he banded and I won the speed tie? He's going to U-turn. Banded U-turn. Okay, guys. We now know. We now know. We now know. Okay, so I'm in a good spot. Victini is weakened. We know it's banded. Or, I mean, we're pretty sure it's banded. It's certainly not scarfed, and it's certainly adamant. So we know adamant, Victini. And we know U-turn, so probably physical. You know what? I could calc it, actually. Once I'm able to see my health again. The U-turn, if it's adamant, full HP, adamant, or full attack, adamant, banded, it should do between, that's level 100. It should do between 31 and 37 damage. So he's going to go back into Shell Shock. Predicting he'll probably go for an attack this turn. Because I really am just sticking in here. And I think that's causing him problems. Entei's done so much that at this point, and taken so little, that at this point I think I can start, I think I've made the predictions early enough that I can start being a little more defensive here. So we see that did, is that 21 damage? So maybe that's a mixed Victini. Not adamant, but okay, maybe modest? Or rather, just an attack, a beneficial special attack nature, but not an unbeneficial. I'm not really sure about those. We see a disconnect, which is unfortunate. Okay, challengers, we are back. It took us way too many times to get that 50% burn on the Blastoise, but we finally got it. Thank you, Dan, for being a good sport about this. Obviously, the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection has been a little sloppy recently, but we're back here now. Shell Shock is in. The situation is as it was. And in doing the recreations, I was thinking about it. And I think there's no reason that he makes another risky prediction and threatens losing another Pokemon. He needs to do something about this Entei. But I don't think it's Scald. I think it's Toxic. So I think what I want to do here is Eggington. And then I want to initiate Plant Alpha. If he over-predicts or predicts again and makes the switch out again. No, he doesn't. He goes for Scald this time. Good. So we get Blissey in. We can play pretty safe here. I don't think it's likely that he stays in with Shell Shock unless he's got Rest, but that'll be good knowledge to have. We've seen Scald on it now. So the Victini with U-turn. And the Blastoise with Scald, which is predicted. I think he'll probably also have Roar, Toxic, and Rapid Spin if I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'd like to initiate Plan Alpha. I'm predicting the switch here. I'm going to click Thunder Wave. Show me Heracross. Scaraborn. Initiate Plan Alpha. Initiate Plan Alpha. Come on, baby. Oh, come on, baby. This This has the potential to be one of my favorite sets that I've ever run. I don't think he's going to be too pleased with it, but this is it. This is it right here. Swaggeralalysis, following it up by a counter sweep by Ditto. Come on, baby. If I can get one turn of paralysis or confusion, one turn of paralysis or confusion, I am very happy. Now, I don't necessarily need to do this because I could switch into Aromatisse. Aromatisse will now be faster, given that he is paralyzed. But no, he stays in, and I get the swagger off. And now we are going to see what happens. Swaggeralalysis, hit yourself in confusion one time. No, he breaks through and gets a Stone Edge off, so this will kill me for sure. But what it means is I can come in with Ditto and be a +1 speed, +2 attack Scarborn, and get to scout his set. Looking at what he's got here. The Megahorn Close Combat Sleep Talk Stone Edge, so he was prepared for me to potentially put it to sleep with an Amoonguss. Heracross, assuming banded. Doesn't necessarily have to be banded, but I'm assuming it's banded. Pretty much anything will kill. The Megahorn, the Close Combat, or the Stone Edge. He's locked into Stone Edge. Worth noting that I'm healthy and he's +2 and paralyzed. So I was hoping he would hit himself in confusion once or twice, but that's okay. The best thing for me here is to see whether or not the Sylveon gets 2-hit KO'd by a close combat. He should. He should. How about the Salamence? If it's a defensive Mence, might also be. So let's click close combat here and let's start cleaning some things up. He's gonna stay in. This should kill him. And it does. So Scaraborn is down with a crit that did not matter. I just did the math. The crit did not matter. If he comes in with Salamence here, we'll get a chance to see what we're working with. So Plan Alpha did work. And the Heracross is dead. Long live the king. So now what that means is the Aromatisse is much less useful. So I can use the Aromatisse as a especially defensive pivot for me against lower attackers, which was what Blissy's job was. Blissy's job was also to be a switch into the Sylveon. So if it's an offensive Sylveon, I did lose that. However, an offensive Sylveon will die and be outsped by Cuddles or Entei. Entei is a relatively decent switch into an offensive Sylveon. If that's a Moxie Salamence, he's going to have an issue coming in on this. And so we will learn pretty quickly based on his behavior here. Yeah, because we can... If it's Scarf, it's probably Moxie, and it won't live a +2 close combat. Oh my goodness. Could this be? Could this be it? The Victini might be his best switch. But Victini has taken too many hits, so he doesn't really have it either. The Sylveon, if it's... Okay, what about the... The Sylveon can live one if it's fully defensive. It can live a close combat if it's fully defensive. And it will kill with Hyper Voice. Even if it's fully defensive. I don't have an amazing switch into this. So what I could do is just put the hurt on it with Heracross, come in with Pinsir, and set up a Swords Dance. I think it's too early to do that. I think I'd rather save Remix, but for what? Potential switch in against the... Yeah, you know what? It's worth saving this. No. You know what? I'm -1. because of the close combat. Let's switch into decisions here. Because I predict the hyper voice and I will resist that. He does go for the hyper voice, and let's see what kind of damage we're doing here. Not too much, so probably a defensive cleric is my assumption here. Hit for about 55. So there is some special offense investment. Some. Not a lot, but some. The most damage I can do this guy is obviously Sacred Fire. He still has the Blastoise. That's a good switch in for him. At the amount of HP that Blastoise has remaining, it's a little more than 50. I think it's about 60% probably. Sacred Fire might even kill. Two of them might kill. I think I click Sacred Fire, go for a burn, go for maximum damage on the Bella. He could switch in. No, he's going to stay in. Maybe he can switch up attacks. Maybe he's an offensive set that can switch attacks. I get the burn, which is nice. He's going to go for Hyper Voice again here. Did a good amount. The Entei is weakened, but the Bella is hurt and burned. So I got to keep pressing the button here. The Blastoise, I think he needs to sack Bella to let the Blastoise come in to wall the Decisions out. Decisions is doing a great job mid-game sweeping here. He has now seen what I'm locked into. He's probably looking to see who can take this. The way he's sitting on that Salamence, I think it's Dragon Dance, which is why I wanted to keep that Ditto around. He is going to sack the Bella. So Bella, Sylveon is gone, which is good. Oh, man, this is such a punch-for-punch kind of match. It really is crazy. This is a very important Pokemon to help me with the Aggron. Obviously, because I've taken some damage now, I'm in a little bit of trouble with that. No longer have the Blissey. The Shell Shock comes in, can click Scald pretty safely. The red one could come in, and I'm not too worried about that. Aroma Lisa could come in, but that baits in the Aggron. So I could go Aroma Lisa, and then I could switch immediately to the Entei. Because, actually, a lot of these Pokemon don't have a ton they can do against, my Latias in particular can't do a whole lot to the Mega Aggron because it's got Draco Meteor, which is resisted, Roost, Defog, and Toxic, which it's immune to. So, it might have to be... I could switch into Remix, who would take that very well. Take the Scald very well, but then I can't do anything in return because it's already burned. Let's go... Aroma Lisa is a lot less important now. Let's go Aroma Lisa. I think he'll double here if he's still looking to play with really heavy predictions. I think he'll double here. Aroma Lisa comes in. Now he's gonna go for Scald. He really wants that Entei gone. Another disconnect. Come on, come on. Okay, challengers, we are back, and we've recreated this as best as we can, and pretty sure everything is a-okay at this point. I'm going to predict, now that I have Aroma Lisa in, that he's going to switch into the Mega Aggron. So I'm going to switch into Remix. The reason I'm choosing Remix is that it is a safe middle ground here, because if he doesn't end up switching and goes for Scald, it's not going to do much against Remix. So it takes away the power of his prediction. Because I think Aroma Lisa baits in Mega Aggron. If that's the case, Shell Shock will outspeed. So he will switch first, and I'll get to be Mega Aggron, which I think is going to happen right now. No, he's going to be Victini. But we know he's not Scarfed, so I will be a Victini also. And That's pretty good news, actually. We'll get to see his set. I think it might be a mixed set. Maybe Expert Belt, because I was outspeeding... Let's see. V-Create, Bolt Strike, Grass Knot, which would have been for the Hippowdon, and U-Turn. Let's see if I can kill. I just want to make sure I can kill before I click anything here. U-Turn should hit for 20 to 24. Bolt Strike should do it too. He doesn't have a ground type. He does have Pokemon that will resist V-Create. But I'm going to click Bolt Strike. I will outspeed and V-Drive will go down here. Okay, good job, Ditto. Cleaning up that V-Drive for me. Victini is gone. We are at 5v3, but he's still got some very threatening Pokemon here. I think he goes into Aggron here. For whom... he goes into Earhart. Gets an Intimidate off. Okay. So we see Intimidate on this thing. At -1, this thing might opt for a Dragon Dance scenario here. -1 versus, let's see, Salamence. Probably defensive. The Bolt Strike will now do next to nothing. V-Create will do next to nothing. Could have been good to U-Turn there, but the U-Turn didn't have a guarantee for killing if he had some HP investment. I didn't want to run through a bunch of calcs to see if the Sacred Fire told me how much he had. There's a chance it wouldn't kill. It would have done, it could have done less than 20%. So I'm not going to risk losing Remix here. This might seem weird, but I'm going to switch into the red one here. Because I don't think he's going for Dragon Stab right now. Not while I have Aromatisse around. If he goes for a Dragon Dance, I'll be able to... No, he goes for Hydro Pump. So we see a mixed set here. That's going to do next to nothing. And we see Life Orb. Mixed Life Orb set. Not bad, Dan. Not bad at all. Okay, given that he's Life Orb, but mixed, probably defensive. He could be purely special. He could be purely special. But I'm purely defensive. So the question is whether or not he will outspeed and kill me with a Draco. He could. He could do that. He could. Could drop a Draco right now. I think I'm going to switch into Remix. I don't think he's staying in. He would have seen my leftovers though. Actually, he might stay in. I'm gonna click Draco here. He is gonna stay in. I'm gonna outspeed. This might kill. Oh my god, it does. Okay, that was a hard decision. That was a hard decision. I think I saw what he was doing there. If he had some speed investment, he might have outsped me. But I don't think he did. He could have bluffed that he did because he had Life Orb, and I saw that. But I couldn't... Yeah, I couldn't just let... Oh, man, I just couldn't do it. I can go into Ditto here and see what this Mega Aggron's got to offer, but I will be a regular Aggron if I do that, meaning I'm 4 times weak to Earthquake. So if he packs it, that's a problem. I no longer need Aromatisse. So let's go into Aromatisse instead and see what he does here. Because I'd like to save Ditto because, again, this thing could set up. So I don't want to switch in, become a regular Aggron on a Mega Aggron that goes for Earthquake and takes me out, and then maybe he has some setup remaining under his belt. So let's sack Aromatisse here. Does go for Earthquake, so that would have been bad. He does predict the switch. That actually doesn't do too much, so I'm thinking... Good chance that he's not... I'm going to click Wish. He should have an Iron Head move for me here. He should have Iron Head. If he does, now wouldn't be a bad time to switch into Ditto, but I think honestly my better bet is to just, he has Heavy Slam. Good to know. Really good to know. That'll murder me. Yeah. So I'm down, but that's fine. I was intending to sack this Pokemon. Decisions can come in here and click. Yeah, decisions can come in and click Sacred Fire. I should outspeed, so I should be able to get additional damage on him here. Matisse is gone. This won't kill. I am under no delusions here. This will not kill him. But it might burn him, and it will put him below 50% if he opts to stay in. And he might miss his rock or ground attack. He's probably going for Earthquake, actually. He does go for Earthquake. I don't get the burn, but that amount of damage... Entei's going to go down. That amount of damage on Mega Aggron is going to be huge. If he's a tank set, Sacred Fire shouldn't do that much damage, actually. So he's probably... Oh, I see. He's probably this Adamant. That and that. That seems more like it. So, can Cuddles finish this? I typed Cuddles in the calculator. Mega Pinsir. Close combat actually won't kill. It won't kill yet. So let's go Remix first. Does he have Head Smash as his rock type coverage? I really hope he does. I am Mega Aggron. By the way, a lot of people have been talking about my use of Ditto, and I just wanted to show you guys, just so you are aware. If I go into Ditto Summary right now, it does not show me the stats. You can see at the bottom screen, down at the bottom down here. It does not show me the Pokemon that I have switched into's stats. It only shows me their moveset. So I can't use this to scout his investment. But what I can do is know that he has Avalanche, Earthquake, Heavy Slam, and Stealth Rock. So I think my best bet here is to go for the Earthquake. And I think he's going to switch into Blastoise. But I should be able to 2-hit KO him, 2 Earthquakes here against a burned one. And as a Scarfed guy, that should be okay for me. Yeah, that should do it. After burn, it should be okay. Yeah. Yeah, Shell Shock will go down to another Earthquake. And Mega Aggron will outspeed Ditto Mega Aggron will outspeed regular Mega Aggron, and that will mean that I get... If I don't kill him with the Earthquake... I will be able to follow up. Actually, Entei is dead. I need to do that. Then I will be able to finish off with Cuddles. So let's go Earthquake against this guy. Put him low enough that a Cuddles close combat will finish off this battle. Man, that's close. It might not even. But if that did that little damage, mine won't do it. So I should be okay. I'm considering, if this doesn't kill, switching into Mega Pinsir to try and get 1 kill for Mega Pinsir for the MVP race, but it does kill, and we pull a 3-0 victory over the St. Louis Rampardos. Guys, I'm so happy with how this battle turned out. Dan, I want to say thank you for being a good sport again. I love Dan, guys. He's always like this. We've always had issues with our battles and Wi-Fi connection. I'm pretty confident at this point that it's not just me, that it is actually the Wi-Fi connection. My internet is not having problems at all. I really don't know what's going on, but it was just a great match. I really enjoyed that match. I made some really strong predictions early on, and I think that's what got me the win. Ditto, once again, coming in strong for me, buddy. Coming in really strong there. But that was just a fun match. He's hitting me up on Skype. I really want to talk to him. Please go show love to his video. Give him a thumbs up. Tell him he was a good sport and thank him for being patient in the recreation of these battles. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a really fun battle for me to fight in. I think that gives me a good chance to get into the playoffs, maybe. So we'll see how this ends up going. As always, my name's Gym Leader Gio. You guys are the challengers. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you guys next time.